All right, what's going on? Happy holidays, everybody. This is my first trade review of 2024, and it was my first trade of 2024. I took a single trade, and it was a small win. It was pretty simple, but I really wanted to start off this year with just like simplicity, just have a decent trade, and then just kind of start building momentum early in the year. So I'm glad my first trade of 2024 was a win. But I wanted to kind of create some context. This is where we've been the past. This is the daily chart. We've been here the past couple of days. We've had, we've been almost in a nosedive, it feels like. So with the larger context, that's what I was looking at. I liked this daily fair value gap down here. It looked like a pretty significant one. And as far as the retrace is concerned, it would be a pretty deep retrace, which I know NQ likes to do. So I was at least, we were opening at the bottom of this fair value gap here, around like 737 today. And after a drop like yesterday's, I was anticipating some more downside. So again, possibly looking to fill this fair value gap and then just a continuation down. So that was kind of my approach to today. And just considering like yesterday's price action, right? Just putting in lower lows and lower highs, just continuing the downtrend. So a lot of pretty clear downtrend movement, and I didn't want to fight that. I don't want to do anything silly, just go with the trend. But as far as like the actual trade today, it was a pretty simple trade. It was a play off of VWAP. I've been kind of messing around with trading off of VWAP a little bit more frequently. I enjoy VWAP as basic support and resistance stuff. So really just kind of seeing how price is going to react off of that. So in theory, if we are, I guess, overpriced in a sense, and we are buying up towards VWAP, there is a high likelihood that weighted average area of VWAP is going to where price can react downwards. So this morning I was keeping an eye on a couple of things. VWAP was really my only line of resistance because we did, like yesterday's low of day didn't really hold up, so I didn't really pay attention to that. So VWAP was my next possible option to look at here. We had one rejection, a second rejection, a third rejection. This third rejection was the most significant. I liked seeing that. And then around 10 o'clock today, we had some news. We had some PMI data coming out. That actually at 10 o'clock bought us up and actually broke, and this is the 1 minute chart, this broke above VWAP, but this nice big wick basically said, hey, we broke above it with news, but still it wasn't strong enough to get past VWAP. So I'm thinking, if 10 o'clock news isn't enough to break us through VWAP, then that's a pretty good sign. We broke back below it with another huge candle, came back up, tested it again, and this is just, as clear as day. This is so many rejections off of VWAP. So I waited after the news a couple of minutes. I waited till about 10:07. Once we broke back below this, back below VWAP, I took a short. I kept my stop at like 50 ticks, 50 ticks. It wasn't a great stop. It wasn't above a most recent high, which is okay. But I did realize like how much selling pressure we were getting on this. So I entered and I just kept it at a simple 2-to-1 from my entry, and it filled pretty quickly, filled within just a couple of minutes. And then I got away with a clean $500. My stop was at 250 and my target was at 500. So I felt really good about this. I liked all of the rejections off of VWAP. And I want to keep things simple, right? If today I was kind of feeling that there was going to, VWAP, not every day is going to play as cleanly off of VWAP, but this particular day there were obvious clean plays off of VWAP. So again, I just took it, let the 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio play out, and I was done for the day. Now in hindsight, a couple of things I could have done better. I think my entry was just fine. I did wait until it broke back below VWAP. I think it's unrealistic to assume that I would have been able to enter short up here without really having a confirmation. What I could have done in hindsight, I was trading 1 NQ. So as far as like having runners, because I think I calculated that at a certain point, I think either here or here was like 6R. So as far as what I could have done better, I think had I been trading micro contracts, maybe take off at, 60 to 70% of my position at 2R and then leave some runners. I think that is something I could work on. I need to find out if maybe trading micros is the way to go. That way I can have runners, or I can mess kind of with trailing stops, because it seems, it seems like we're pretty bearish today again. So I at least could have maybe gotten to 3R or 4R at best case scenario had I had some runners. So those are just some things to look at. But overall, I'm not upset. This is a pretty clean 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, and I'm pretty happy with it. And it's the first trade of the new year, and it's a good start. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.